Good evening, Tode, March 20th, 20 Physics here. This is your gent. You get educated, please study. With these habits and patterns, we are losing control. Do you understand the difference between ideology and coexistence? Found this book, and I would like to review it for the next 30 days. The following text is extracted from the first page of the 1959 Moral Re-Armament, the pamphlet. Grab yourself a coffee or some popcorn because this is Shoop Shop Boop. Gosh fam. Yo. Please give a shout out to my friends in St. Helens Avenue, Tacoma, Washington. I will read you, listen, you must take some notes. Ideology and coexistence. The choice for America is moral rearmament or communism. Quote by Admiral William H. Stanley, former Chief of Naval Operations and United States Ambassador to Moscow, March 24, 1959. The choice for America is war or coexistence, and you must choose. Another quote by Premier Nikita Khrushchev to Vice President Nixon, July 24, May 1959. We are at war. World War III has begun. Even while we were celebrating the end of the War of Arms in 1918, the Soviet was planning to defeat and enslave the free world through the war of ideas. There are two ideologies bidding for the world today. One is moral rearmament, which believes that God's mind should control the world through human nature that has been changed. The other is communism, which believes that man's mind should control the world through human nature that has been exploited. One or the other must win. Communism is an ideology. That is, it is an idea that dominates the whole of a person. His motives, his thinking, his living, so that he fights with a strategy to get everybody else to live the same way. It cannot, therefore, be met on the military or economic level alone, but only by a superior ideology. Communism has a plan to take over our country. We hear of people behind the iron and bamboo curtains whose minds have been brainwashed. But we may not realize that our own minds are being brainwashed by much of what we read in the newspapers, by what we see on television or in the theater, and by what we hear on the radio. The communists do not need to start any new organization when they have successfully infiltrated those that exist already. It is extremely foolish to believe that a man who follows the party line is not a communist. Moral rearmament is a superior ideology with a superior strategy, because it meets the needs of the whole man and because it is available for all men, everyone, non-communist and communist alike. It is far more than the answer to communism. It is the revolutionary idea that is putting right what is wrong and producing for every nation the incorruptible and inspired leadership that alone can create a full and free life for every nation. Radio Moscow itself has said, January 1953, moral rearmament is a global ideology with bridgeheads in every nation in its final phase of total expansion throughout the world. It has the power to capture radical revolutionary minds. It is contaminating the minds of the masses. It substitutes for the inevitable class war, the eternal struggle between good and evil. William Penn put the alternative of moral rearmament or communism clearly when he said, men must choose to be governed by God, or they condemn themselves to be ruled by tyrants. Our life and liberty depend not only upon our making the right choice and having the right strategy, but also upon our knowing the intentions of the communist and what he is doing in our midst. These pages are written that the nature of the ideological conflict may be clearly seen, and that the evidence of the victorious answer given at the Moral Re-Armament Summit strategy, conferences at Mackinac Island, Michigan and Kyoto, Switzerland, may be more widely known and acted upon. Dr. Hans Koch, who represented the German Foreign Office at the Moral Re-Armament Summit conference at Mackinac in 1957, and who was Chancellor Adenauer's advisor on Soviet affairs, said, the summit conferences that will produce true unity in the world will be those held by moral rearmament in Europe and America. They are concerned with the whole world and every aspect of current events. What Stalin feared most was the ideology which could unite countries as far apart as Japan and Germany, which could unite all other nations with these two, which could unite free East and West and black and white in a wide ideological answer to communism. Moral rearmament is preparing the way for the next great phase in history. It provides the platform where East and West, Germany and France, the Anglo-Saxons, and the colored races unite. Subscribe to hear the next episode, focused exclusively on the aim of moral rearmament.